Have you ever wondered how sexuality evolves as we age and how it continues to shape our well-being? This video delves into an intimate aspect of life that often goes unspoken, masturbation in men over 70, and explores how it transcends beyond mere physical pleasure to become a vital form of self-care and emotional release. Stay with me until the end as we uncover why understanding this topic is crucial for maintaining physical and emotional health in later years, and how this practice can significantly impact not just personal well-being, but also relationships. You won't want to miss these key insights. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you still need to subscribe, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you can see all the videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Sexuality is an intrinsic part of the human experience, remaining significant throughout every stage of life. Rather than diminishing with age, it evolves, becoming more nuanced and deeply connected to our complex and changing identities. As we grow older, our understanding of intimacy, desire, and our bodies often shifts, inviting us to explore these aspects of ourselves in new and meaningful ways. In this context, masturbation remains a natural and healthy practice, even in later stages of life. It is not merely an activity reserved for the young or those without a partner. Rather, it holds significant value for many individuals as they age. For men over the age of 70, masturbation can become a profound expression of self-care, serving purposes that extend far beyond simple physical pleasure. At this age, masturbation may take on deeper emotional and psychological dimensions. It provides an opportunity for men to reconnect with their aging bodies, navigate feelings of loneliness, and manage stress in a healthy and controlled way. In these moments, what was once a purely physical act transforms into something more, a private ritual that fosters a deeper connection with oneself, especially as the body undergoes the natural changes that come with age. As men age, the way they experience pleasure and intimacy naturally evolves. Masturbation can offer a safe and comforting space to explore these changes, allowing them to rediscover pleasure in a way that feels personal and affirming. For many, it serves as a reminder of their vitality, helping to maintain a sense of sexual energy and emotional well-being in the face of life's inevitable transitions. Later life is often marked by significant emotional and psychological shifts. Men in their 70s and beyond may grapple with the loss of a spouse, retirement, or a decline in physical abilities, which can lead to feelings of isolation, grief, or anxiety. In such cases, masturbation may become a form of emotional release, a brief escape from the emotional weight of these experiences. It can offer solace during times of sadness and provide a momentary reprieve from the loneliness that sometimes accompanies aging. However, as with any practice, it is important to recognize when masturbation moves beyond self-care and becomes a coping mechanism for unresolved emotional issues. Men who find themselves masturbating daily may need to consider whether this routine is fulfilling a deeper need for intimacy or acting as a distraction from unaddressed feelings of loneliness or grief. When masturbation becomes a daily habit, it's worth exploring whether it is being used as a substitute for more meaningful emotional connections or if it's helping to mask deeper psychological struggles. For those still watching this video, if you find these reflections helpful, please leave a comment below to let me know you're still here with me on this journey. According to research by the American Psychological Association, maintaining sexual activity in later years is linked to a lower risk of developing mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. Sexuality is much more than the pursuit of physical pleasure. It is deeply tied to how we experience life, feel connected to ourselves, and engage with our emotions. Masturbation, viewed in this light, can be a powerful form of self-care. It allows for the release of tension, the reduction of stress, and the preservation of a vital connection to one's sexual energy, even in the later years of life. However, the emotional implications of frequent masturbation, particularly if it replaces deeper connections, should be considered. If it starts to interfere with relationships, particularly in older couples, it's important to address the emotional aspect of shared intimacy. At this stage in life, intimacy often becomes more about emotional closeness and bonding than physical gratification alone. Recognizing the difference between healthy sexual expression and an emotional coping mechanism is essential to maintaining overall well-being and fostering deeper connections with oneself and others. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. When a man begins to rely on masturbation as his primary form of sexual expression, it can lead to an unintended emotional distancing between him and his partner. The habitual nature of daily masturbation may, over time, foster a psychological dependency that becomes difficult to break. This reliance can make it harder to engage in genuine, meaningful intimacy with a partner. The act itself is not harmful, but when masturbation is used as a means of avoiding deeper emotional challenges, such as addressing unresolved conflicts, seeking emotional closeness, or embracing the vulnerability required for intimate connection, it can create barriers that hinder the relationship's growth. For men who turn to masturbation to sidestep difficult emotions, it's essential to pause and reflect. Is the pursuit of physical pleasure masking deeper emotional struggles? Are there feelings of fear, loneliness, or anxiety that are being numbed through this repeated behavior? Is the act of masturbation taking the place of meaningful conversations that need to be had with a partner? Or is it a retreat from the emotional openness that real intimacy demands? These are tough but crucial questions that men should consider when they find themselves using masturbation as a coping mechanism, rather than as an occasional outlet for sexual release. While masturbation is a natural, healthy activity in itself, it should not become a substitute for addressing the more complex emotional layers in one's life. In some instances, it can even become a reminder of the loneliness or isolation that can accompany aging. For many men who have lost a spouse or feel increasingly disconnected from others, masturbation may be the only avenue they feel comfortable using to express their sexual needs. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with using masturbation to stay connected to one's sexuality, it's vital to recognize when it's being used as a way to avoid other forms of connection. Relying too heavily on solitary sexual gratification can, over time, contribute to a deeper sense of isolation rather than providing the emotional relief that might be sought. It's important for men, particularly as they age, to balance sexual expression with other forms of emotional and social engagement. Reaching out to loved ones, participating in activities that bring meaning and joy, and finding new avenues for emotional connection can all help build a life that is not only sexually fulfilling, but also rich in other forms of intimacy. Loneliness often stems from a lack of emotional connection, and masturbation, when used as a crutch, can exacerbate that loneliness rather than alleviate it. In later life, masturbation can still be a life-affirming and satisfying act, serving as a way for men to maintain a connection to their physical bodies, their desires, and their sense of pleasure. However, as with all things, balance and mindfulness are essential. If masturbation starts to feel like an escape rather than a healthy form of sexual expression, it may signal that other areas of life need attention. Are there emotional wounds that have gone unhealed for years? Are there unspoken desires for intimacy, love, and connection that are being pushed aside in favor of an easier, solitary alternative? By honestly answering these questions, older men can cultivate a more emotionally balanced approach to their sexual lives, one that honors both their physical needs and their psychological well-being. Sexuality does not have an expiration date, and aging offers new opportunities to explore different dimensions of intimacy, whether with oneself or with a partner. The later stages of life can be a time to deepen one's understanding of emotional closeness, to redefine what sexual expression looks like, and to discover new ways to connect with others. Masturbation, when viewed within its full emotional and physical context, can indeed be a powerful tool for maintaining a healthy, vibrant sense of self. But it should never replace the deep, meaningful connections that bring true fulfillment, connection, and joy. Instead, it should complement the pursuit of rich, emotionally fulfilling relationships, allowing men to experience the full spectrum of intimacy, both physical and emotional, as they age. As we grow older, one of the most important things to remember is to remain open, aware, and willing to engage with all aspects of the aging process. The joys, the discoveries, and the inevitable challenges. Aging presents us with new experiences and opportunities to redefine how we relate to ourselves, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. This means finding fresh ways to stay connected to our bodies, hearts, and minds. In the realm of romantic relationships, this connection becomes even more significant. Sexuality, in its truest form, is far more than just physical gratification. It is about fostering and maintaining a deep emotional bond, a connection that breathes life into the relationship and strengthens intimacy, closeness, and trust. As couples age, this emotional connection becomes increasingly vital in helping their partnership thrive amidst the changes and challenges that accompany later years. In later life, masturbation can still be a life-affirming and satisfying act, serving as a way for men to maintain a connection to their physical bodies, their desires, and their sense of pleasure. However, as with all things, balance and mindfulness are essential. If masturbation starts to feel like an escape rather than a healthy form of sexual expression, it may signal that other areas of life need attention. Are there emotional wounds that have gone unhealed for years? Are there unspoken desires for intimacy, love, and connection that are being pushed aside in favor of an easier, solitary alternative? By honestly answering these questions, older men can cultivate a more emotionally balanced approach to their sexual lives, one that honors both their physical needs and their psychological well-being. Sexuality does not have an expiration date, and aging offers new opportunities to explore different dimensions of intimacy, whether with oneself or with a partner. The later stages of life can be a time to deepen one's understanding of emotional closeness, to redefine what sexual expression looks like, and to discover new ways to connect with others. Masturbation, when viewed within its full emotional and physical context, can indeed be a powerful tool for maintaining a healthy, vibrant sense of self. But it should never replace the deep, meaningful connections that bring true fulfillment, connection, and joy. Instead, it should complement the pursuit of rich, emotionally fulfilling relationships, allowing men to experience the full spectrum of intimacy, both physical and emotional, as they age. As we grow older, one of the most important things to remember is to remain open, aware, and willing to engage with all aspects of the aging process. The joys, the discoveries, and the inevitable challenges. Aging presents us with new experiences and opportunities to redefine how we relate to ourselves, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. This means finding fresh ways to stay connected to our bodies, hearts, and minds. In the realm of romantic relationships, this connection becomes even more significant. Sexuality, in its truest form, is far more than just physical gratification. It is about fostering and maintaining a deep emotional bond, a connection that breathes life into the relationship and strengthens intimacy, closeness, and trust. As couples age, this emotional connection becomes increasingly vital in helping their partnership thrive amidst the changes and challenges that accompany later years. However, when an older man begins to rely more frequently on masturbation, it can introduce a subtle yet profound sense of emotional disconnect within the relationship. What was once a shared intimate space between partners can gradually feel solitary and distant. His partner, who may deeply crave that emotional and physical closeness, might begin to feel excluded from this intimate aspect of their relationship, a space that ideally should belong to both of them. This can lead to her feeling shut out and perhaps even wondering if she is no longer desired or appreciated. The emotional consequences of this disconnection can be particularly painful, especially for a woman who might already be navigating her insecurities surrounding aging, attractiveness, and desirability. Seeing her partner turn to solitary actions rather than engaging in shared intimacy can feel like a form of rejection. She may start to internalize the situation, interpreting his actions as a sign of disinterest or dissatisfaction with her as a partner. These feelings of exclusion and inadequacy can deeply impact her self-esteem and emotional well-being. The intimate bond they once cherished may begin to feel fragile, as doubts surface in her mind. Am I still attractive to him? Am I not enough anymore? Does he no longer desire me in the same way? These troubling questions can sow seeds of insecurity, emotional distance, and even resentment, eroding the sense of connection they once shared. What may have begun as a seemingly personal habit can quickly spiral into a larger issue that affects the very foundation of their relationship. For many men over the age of 70, aging brings a series of changes in sexual desire and function. It is not uncommon for older men to experience a decrease in libido or face challenges with achieving and maintaining an erection. Faced with these changes, masturbation might seem like the easier, more familiar option. It requires less emotional vulnerability and less physical effort, and does not come with the pressure of pleasing a partner. In the privacy of this act, there is no fear of criticism, judgment, or the potential discomfort that might arise from navigating the complexities of sexual function in older age. This can be especially appealing to a man who is already feeling self-conscious about the changes in his body and sexual performance. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Yet, while this route might seem like a safer and more comfortable option at the moment, it can have long-term emotional consequences for both partners. Sexual intimacy within a relationship is not solely about physical pleasure. It is about emotional connection, communication, and mutual fulfillment. Choosing to engage in shared intimacy, despite the challenges that aging may bring, allows couples to maintain the close, strong emotional bond that is vital for their relationship's longevity and happiness. Even if sexual function has changed, the act of sharing that vulnerable space can reinforce the trust, love, and companionship that define a healthy, thriving relationship. Physical intimacy often reflects the emotional bond between partners. When a man begins to pull away from shared sexual experiences, it can create a growing emotional and physical divide in the relationship, a gap that may become increasingly difficult to bridge over time. Studies from prestigious institutions, such as Harvard University, have demonstrated that older men who maintain an active sexual life with their partner tend to not only enjoy greater satisfaction in their relationships, but also report an enhanced quality of life. These men frequently describe feeling more fulfilled on both an emotional and physical level, and they often benefit from stronger, more resilient relationships as a result. From a purely medical standpoint, engaging in sexual activity, including masturbation, in old age is not inherently harmful. It can provide several health benefits. Masturbation, for instance, promotes healthy blood circulation, which is crucial for maintaining the health of the reproductive system. For men who may find it difficult to engage in regular sexual activity with a partner, either due to physical limitations or other circumstances, masturbation can serve as a way to relieve sexual tension and maintain sexual health. However, as with most things in life, moderation is key. While occasional masturbation can be beneficial for overall sexual health, excessive masturbation, especially daily ejaculation, can have unintended consequences, particularly for older men. Men in their later years often experience lower energy levels, slower recovery times, and may already struggle with fatigue. The physical exhaustion that can result from frequent ejaculation can exacerbate these issues. In addition, the constant stimulation of the sexual organs can lead to physical irritation, particularly for older men whose skin has become more delicate due to the natural aging process. Such irritation can cause discomfort, and in some cases, this discomfort may deter them from seeking intimacy with their partner. Although masturbation itself might not pose significant health risks, its potential impact on a romantic relationship should not be overlooked. A habit that begins as a personal preference can gradually erode the emotional and physical connection between partners, something they may have spent years, even decades, nurturing. If one partner feels excluded or rejected by the other's private habits, this can lead to emotional distance, misunderstandings, and ultimately, a communication breakdown. The partner who feels left out might experience feelings of being unloved, unwanted, or disconnected, which can manifest as tension and discord in other areas of the relationship. For couples navigating the intricate dynamics of aging and sexuality, maintaining open and honest communication becomes more important than ever. If a man is facing challenges with sexual function, desire, or energy, he must share these concerns with his partner. Similarly, if a woman is feeling emotionally disconnected, rejected, or left out of the relationship's physical aspect, she should feel empowered to express her emotions and articulate her needs. When both partners communicate their experiences and emotions openly, they can begin to explore potential solutions that work for them as a couple. This might involve experimenting with new forms of physical intimacy that place less strain on the body, or perhaps shifting the focus toward cultivating emotional closeness as a primary source of connection. Ultimately, intimacy in a relationship extends far beyond the realm of sex. It encompasses emotional vulnerability, deep connection, and mutual love. The tender moments shared, whether it's holding hands, enjoying quiet conversations, or reflecting on a lifetime of shared experiences, form the foundation of a meaningful and lasting bond. By prioritizing this connection and keeping the lines of communication open, couples can navigate the inevitable challenges of aging with grace. Together, they can continue to discover joy, fulfillment, and love in one another's company, no matter the physical obstacles they may face. As a man approaches his 70s, it becomes increasingly apparent that his body undergoes a series of profound changes. The vitality, vigor, and energetic spirit that once characterized his youth begin to shift and evolve, reflecting the natural process of aging. While it's true that sexual energy may still linger, the rhythm of his physical responses starts to decelerate, presenting new challenges and realities. This evolution, however, does not in any way diminish the importance of sexuality in his life. Sexual desire does not simply fade away with time. Many men in their later years continue to seek the pleasure, intimacy, and connection that accompany a fulfilling sexual life. Regular sexual expression, even through masturbation, can have positive effects on one's health and mental state. Yet, there lies a deeper question to ponder. Is this daily indulgence genuinely bringing joy, or has it devolved into a repetitive routine that gradually undermines the ability to connect with others? The true challenge is to find a balance. While solo pleasure can certainly be a healthy and natural aspect of sexual expression, it should never overshadow the potential for enriching shared experiences. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. When masturbation becomes the sole form of sexual activity, a man risks drifting into emotional isolation, slowly detaching from the deeper connections that render sexuality fulfilling. In the quest for fulfillment and joy, it is essential to cultivate relationships that enhance the richness of one's sexual experience, embracing the profound connections that come from sharing intimacy with another person. By seeking a balance between self-pleasure and shared experiences, a man can nurture a more holistic approach to sexuality that honors both his needs and his desires, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The risks associated with aging aren't limited to a mere decline in libido. They extend much deeper, touching upon the very essence of what it means to share intimacy with a partner. When we think about a life devoid of shared affection, absent those tender moments that arise from being emotionally and physically close to another person, it can feel profoundly empty. Even if one's physical needs are being met, the absence of emotional connection can create a void that is difficult to fill. This is precisely why holistic approaches to sexuality are not just beneficial but invaluable for older adults, particularly men over the age of 70. It becomes essential to cultivate sexual energy in a manner that transcends the purely physical aspects. Engaging in practices such as yoga and meditation provides a more integrated approach to well-being. These practices help harmonize the body's sexual energy with emotional and mental clarity, fostering a deeper understanding of one's own needs and desires. Additionally, aerobic exercise plays a crucial role in enhancing sexual vitality. By improving circulation and overall health, it lays the groundwork for sustaining a fulfilling sex life, whether experienced solo or shared with a partner. For an older man who diligently cares for both his physical health and emotional needs, the future can be remarkably bright. By embracing a more varied sexual life, where masturbation is woven into a broader tapestry of intimate experiences, he can continue to enjoy the myriad benefits of sexual expression well into his later years. It's crucial, however, to ensure that solo pleasure does not overshadow the exquisite beauty found in shared intimacy. Relationships, whether they are casual encounters or deep, long-term commitments, offer a level of connection that far surpasses what masturbation alone can provide. The warmth of another's touch, the shared experience of passion, and even the simple joy of a gentle caress are irreplaceable aspects of human connection that enrich our lives. It is also vital to recognize that every man's sexual needs and desires are uniquely individual. Some may discover profound fulfillment in solo activities, while others may yearn for the deep connection that only comes from being with a partner. What remains constant across these experiences is the importance of respecting the body's wisdom as we age. The aging body teaches us to approach sexuality with greater consciousness and intentionality. It invites us to slow down, savor each moment, and find joy in both the physical and emotional dimensions of intimacy. The topic of sexuality in old age is one that many tend to shy away from. However, it merits open and respectful discussions. There is no singular right way to experience sexuality, especially as we navigate the complexities of growing older. The beauty of aging lies in its capacity to offer fresh perspectives on pleasure, intimacy, and connection. For a man in his 70s, the journey of exploring these evolving dynamics can be incredibly fulfilling, provided he remains mindful of balancing solo pleasure with shared affection. Ultimately, what holds the most significance is not solely the act of sexual expression itself, but the joy, connection, and love it brings into his life, both for himself and for those he chooses to share it with. As we conclude this essential conversation, it becomes abundantly clear that sexuality in our later years is not just about the physical act. It is fundamentally about achieving balance, nurturing connection, and embracing the wisdom our bodies impart. Whether through solo pleasure or shared intimacy, our experiences can continue to be rich and fulfilling as long as we approach them with mindfulness and genuine care. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The risks associated with aging extend far beyond the surface-level concerns of a decline in libido. They delve into the profound emotional and relational aspects of intimacy. When we consider the implications of a life devoid of shared affection, lacking those tender, intimate moments that arise from genuine closeness with another person, it becomes clear that the experience can feel exceedingly hollow. Even if one's physical needs are adequately met through solitary means, the absence of emotional connection can lead to a sense of emptiness that permeates daily life and overall well-being. This understanding is where holistic approaches to sexuality become not just beneficial but essential, particularly for older adults, such as men over the age of 70. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to cultivate sexual energy in ways that transcend the purely physical. Engaging in practices such as yoga and meditation provides a comprehensive framework for well-being. These practices encourage not only physical flexibility and strength, but also facilitate a deeper connection to one's inner self. They promote mental clarity and emotional stability, fostering a holistic approach to intimacy that recognizes the intricate interplay between mind, body, and spirit. Moreover, aerobic exercise plays a pivotal role in enhancing sexual vitality. By improving circulation and overall health, regular aerobic activity helps lay the foundation for a fulfilling sex life, whether experienced alone or shared with a partner. Increased physical fitness can lead to heightened energy levels, improved self-esteem, and a more robust sense of sexual health, all of which contribute to a more satisfying, intimate life. For an older man who takes the time to care for both his physical health and emotional needs, the future can be exceptionally promising. Embracing a diverse sexual life, one where masturbation is just one thread woven into a broader tapestry of intimate experiences, allows him to enjoy the countless benefits of sexual expression well into his later years. The key here is to ensure that the pleasures derived from solo activities do not overshadow the unparalleled beauty and richness found in shared intimacy. Relationships, whether fleeting encounters or deep, long-term partnerships provide a profound level of connection that extends far beyond what can be experienced through solitary means. The warmth of another person's touch, the shared passion of a romantic encounter, and even the simple yet profound joy of a gentle caress are irreplaceable elements of human connection that greatly enrich our lives. These shared experiences cultivate a sense of belonging and emotional security that can be deeply fulfilling, enhancing the overall quality of life. It is also crucial to recognize that each man's sexual needs and desires are uniquely individual and can vary greatly from person to person. Some may find profound satisfaction in solo activities, experiencing fulfillment in their way, while others may deeply crave the connection that only comes from being with a partner. What remains constant across these varied experiences is the importance of respecting the body's innate wisdom as we age. The aging body teaches us to approach sexuality with greater mindfulness, encouraging us to embrace a more conscious and intentional attitude toward our intimate lives. This wisdom invites us to slow down, savor each moment, and find joy in both the physical and emotional aspects of intimacy. Sexuality in old age is a topic that many people often shy away from, viewing it as taboo or unworthy of discussion. However, it deserves open, respectful conversations that challenge societal norms and preconceived notions. There is no single correct way to experience sexuality, particularly as we navigate the complex landscape of aging. The beauty of getting older lies in its capacity to offer fresh perspectives on pleasure, intimacy, and connection. For a man in his 70s, embarking on the journey of exploring these evolving dynamics can be an incredibly fulfilling experience, as long as he remains mindful of balancing the pleasures of solo activities with the joys of shared affection. Ultimately, what matters most is not merely the act of sexual expression itself, but the joy, connection, and love it brings into his life, both for himself and for those he chooses to share it with. This connection serves as a reminder that intimacy is about more than just physical interaction. It encompasses a rich tapestry of emotional experiences and relationships that contribute to a fulfilling life. As we wrap up this important discussion, it is evident that sexuality in our later years is not solely about the physical act itself. It is fundamentally about achieving balance, nurturing meaningful connections, and embracing the wisdom that our bodies impart throughout the aging process. Whether through solo pleasure or shared intimacy, our experiences can continue to be rich and fulfilling as long as we approach them with mindfulness, care, and an open heart. Engaging with our sexuality as we age can also encourage deeper conversations with our partners about desires, boundaries, and emotional needs, fostering a sense of trust and intimacy that enhances the relationship. It can lead to explorations of new forms of intimacy that may not have been considered earlier in life. The willingness to communicate openly about our sexual desires and preferences can result in a more profound emotional connection, creating a safe space for both partners to explore their evolving needs together. As we conclude this journey of insights and reflections, I hope you've gained valuable lessons that you can apply in your life. Now, take a moment to reflect. What have you learned so far? Is there one thing that truly resonates with you, something you feel inspired to practice in your daily life? Share your thoughts and that one thing in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspirational content. Your support helps us continue spreading positivity and encouragement.